Hey everybody, DiveGirl Deb here. Man, it is hot in Eugene today. We're gonna go check on the birds real quick, but and then I'm going back in the house. I got my wet bandana on with a cooling towel that's wet inside of it, and this helps to keep your head from overheating, which is important. But you can see here, this is not totally an accurate thermometer up here. It's pretty close to 100 right now. We're about 102. I want to show you like ways to stay cool. This is kind of a neat idea, but around the house, people always give me a hard time about this indoor-outdoor carpet. These squirrels decided that they had to come eat on that certain part there, and that's so. But what I can do with this is, on these hot nights, I water this down, and it draws the heat out of that concrete slab underneath it. And then in the morning I water it again, and it creates a big thermal mass of cold, and so it really does keep this whole side of the house cooler. And on my path out to the chickens, on the way back, I always wash my boots. So this is the boot wash, and as you see, I'm not washing my boots right now because the girls are using the logs as a watering hole, which is fine. They have learned to drink out of it, so every morning I dump it. Like I always dump my poultry waters every morning, especially when it's hot, and then they get nice cold refills with 6.5 gallons of water. But let's check out the hives because they're hot. They're draped on the porch, and when I put the girls to bed last night, closed them up, these guys were draped on the porch well into midnight. As you can see, I got water bottles on everybody's porch, but and they got a umbrella that they really hate, and I adjusted it today, so they're not happy with that. But I came out this morning and I put some quarters in them. No, I'm not paying my bees, but what you can do is you can put some quarters in your hive, and that creates a little air gap, and gets them a little bit more airflow. So it's less than bee space. And you can see here, quarters. It just gets them a little bit more airflow. It's not a lot, but it's a little cheat, right? And I've got boxes on them for ventilation, but this is a big colony right here, so there's a lot of bees on that one. But they'll sit on the outside of the hive, and they'll fan and keep themselves cool. There's not a lot else you could probably put a fan on them, but I just don't think that's a good idea. We have a little bit of breeze right now, and they'll regulate themselves as long as they have water. And then I also keep a bucket right here with this big block of wood in it, and I might have shown this before in my videos, but it's in the wintertime. What happens is I have my polycarbonate panels, and I like these during the summer because they do block some light, and thus some heat. So in the wintertime, what happens is the water flows off of this, and it keeps this bucket full. And this is their drinking water. So this is just a plain block of wood, and I like a big block so it'll float. Nice green algae, that's healthy. And it gives them a chance to come over here and get a drink. The other thing I do is when I'm watering the garden, I'll take this and dump it out, and then I'll refill it. But I can take my bottles that you see on the porch there, I can refill those in this bucket quickly. Right? So you just wash them out really quick, and you can put them back on, and I can refill those in no time by having a big bucket of water. Alright, so we're going to come out and check on the birds. You can see I got water here with a bucket. I hauled 4 of these in last night into this back corner and created a big mud pit. And see what I also did. Well, I closed off the gate over here to go out to the front, closed the gate to the greenhouse. I closed the gate to go behind the greenhouse because I want them to stay here. What's happening is I have 5 hens, and they all have brains with little good idea fairies, right? And they say, oh, we're going to go here because it's better, right? You know, just like a group of people. When Mom has set up this room over here for you, which has, you know, a fan and water and feed and mud and fresh clippings of greens to eat. So I don't want the hens to decide to go here, there, and other, because wherever they go, those 5, they outvote the turkey. So the turkey can't win. And she's big. She's got a big body mass. And I don't want her to try to chase them in this heat and have heat stroke, right? Because she's the one I'm worried about. So I got my playpen here, and I've got them set up in this corner. They have, like I said, a nice soggy bottom, which is great because that's going to let them, I know we're going to have some oranges. You guys had oranges yesterday. Yeah. Oops. Nice cold fruit for them to munch on. Aw, kids. And of course I got them some greens over here, so this gives them the opportunity to get something cool in them. You know, give them a little vitamin C and some sugar. You know, sugar stimulates the appetite, so that's good. They say that oranges help to keep some of the rodents away. I don't know if that's true, so having the peels out here, that's a good thing. And it smells good, right? See, her face is not bright red. So that's telling me that what I'm doing is working. If she was overheating, her face would be really red. So I think we're doing a good job, kiddo. There's one right here. You're gonna miss that one. Good job. Oops. Yeah. And they got grape leaves under here. So yeah, I put the playpen up as a suggestion to like don't run around. And the white top should help reflect heat. Nice solid surface. Huh. And then they've got a big water. That's that 6.5 gallon water. And I've got 4 of those on the property. I got the fan turned up on high so it's blowing inside of here. And then I've got this red slab here just to give them a little more shade. So I think they're in pretty good shape. Yeah. And the turkey's been eating, so that makes me happy. That's a good sign. Not too much stroke, huh? Yeah. You guys like those oranges. Alright, kiddos. Yesterday, she was sitting back there in that corner, and I came in with a bucket of water and poured it on, and she had made a nest and was burrowed down in it, and that water just like almost floated her out of there, and she didn't budge. It was like, ah. And then I poured some water back. So if I see her getting too hot out here, I'll come get her, wet it down. That's the only thing I can do. I thought about, this is kind of nuts, but I did consider it, potentially putting her in my dog crate and bringing her into the house where it's cool. But turkey poo smells horrible. I mean, it's one step better than pig poo. So I don't want that scent in the house. And I think I'm cleaning off my boots because I can't use my boot wash. I honestly think that she would just sit there and squawk and scream the whole time, and it would drive me crazy. So I think I'm gonna forego that and just leave her with the birds out there. So yeah, if we get, I think really she's gonna be all right in this heat, but man, this is brutal. The other thing is coming is that we got really bad air quality. It's starting to get bad because of the fires. Oh man, that feels good. So what's happening is we got all this wind blowing out of the south, and so is pushing hot equator air up here. It's sweeping up from California, so like the Yosemite fire smoke is coming up. And our humidity levels, well, here in the house it's 48%. It was 60% this morning, this humidity. It feels like Memphis. And so we have all this hot air pressure coming up against the mountains with this moisture, which is going to, when you compress that, it creates thunderstorms, and they're expecting fires. It's the start of our fire season this weekend. So anyway, what are you doing to stay cool? How do you keep your critters cool? These are my ideas. I'm DiveGirl Deb. Bye, everybody.